imperfections in the way of your character. So in order for you to better yourself as a man, you have to cow down. You have to bow down. Like when you go into the military.
Yep.
What is it? The sergeant drills your spirit. He breaks your spirit down so he can rebuild another you, a warrior like you.
Yeah.
Go on. Come. You let him finish this though.
Verse 6, to understand the proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord Yahawashi is the beginning of knowledge.
Right.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
No, which one is that? That's Proverbs 1, right?
Yeah, going on down. I carried on down. Do you want me to read the same thing again?
No, I want you to read where it says, the Lord, what is it? The Lord stretched out his hand.
Oh, okay. This is when they would not listen.
Yeah.
Proverbs 1 and 22. How long will ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refused, I stretch out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set naught at all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
Right.
I will also laugh at your calamity.
Right. So when the world comes to an end and it's Jacob's trouble, that's when they're gonna want to call on the Lord, Lord. And you're gonna have men that know the name of the Lord. They're gonna call on him, but the Lord is gonna reject them. Why? Because they didn't get themselves correct when the time was right. But they now want to get themselves correct because they see the drama happening. Go on.
I will laugh at your calamity.
So the Lord is gonna laugh at you while you're in that state of disarray, confusion, man. All upset, panicking. Like you're getting ready to drop dead because you panicking so much that you do drop dead.
Right.
Go on, brother.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
Yeah.
When your fear cometh as a desolation.
Come on.
And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Yep.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me.
Then shall they call upon me. So this goes back to what you just read.
Yeah.
Read that again, brother.
Yeah. This is back in the book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 26. It says, a stubborn heart shall fear evil at the last.
Right. A stubborn heart shall fear evil at the last. Go on.
And he that loveth danger shall perish therein.
Right. And shall perish therein. So it's a dangerous thing to not receive correction and teaching these scriptures the wrong way, man. It's a dangerous thing. So if you want to tread, if you want to walk in that path and swim in those waters, then when the judgment comes upon you, you may as well just take it like a man, because you was basically asking for it whether you knew it or you didn't know. But really you did know, because you had men that was telling you the deal that did already know. Go on, brother. Let's read what you got.
Matthew 11 and 16 says, but whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the marketplace, and calling unto their fellows, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned.
And you know what, too, not only are we waking up our people, but we're also waking up you false prophets as well. That's why we keep getting on y'all. But you don't want to dance to the tune. Let's read this.
We have mourned unto you, and you have not lamented. For John came neither in eating nor drinking, and they say he have a devil.
Yeah.
The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous, and a winebibber, a friend of publicans, and a sinner, but wisdom is justified of her children.
And the ultimate reason why they didn't like Yahawashi, because he was very bold, he was very confident, because of what he knew. And what he knew was that he was that guy that was going to be doing A, B, and C, because obviously back then they had the Old Testament prophecy. So he was spoken of certain Old Testament prophecies, and that he was that guy that the Most High was going to do. So when he came in that spirit, they didn't recognize him as such. And the reason why they didn't recognize him as such, because he came from Nazareth, which was nothing more than a big ghetto, and he didn't come from a good upbringing or a good class of people.
Yeah, common as muck, what they say, isn't it? Common as muck.
Yeah, common as muck. Yeah,
in the East End, they say you got a Cockney accent, common as muck. You know, that's what they say. Because it's like, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
You don't speak the Queen's English,
Right.
Matthew 11 and 28 says, and the communion which art exalted unto heaven shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in there had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. This is the point. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable than for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee.
Right.
Last one. At the time, Yahawashi, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes.
Huh. Yeah. So that's it on that, man. You're going, brother.
This is an obstinate heart shall be laden with sorrows, and a wicked man shall heap sin upon sin.
Basically, yeah.
I've got one more.
Go on.
In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy.
Right. In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy. So when you get punished, there's no way to escape your punishment. Oh, he came, man. He made an effort and came. That's the spirit, man.
Woo! Hey.
How about Shemai brought the thought to that brother, man?
Utmost respect.
Because he didn't have to come.
Utmost respect.
That brother didn't have to come, but he still came anyway. You know, that's the spirit.
Yes,
I'm
man.
all right, brother.
Yes. Fight it, man. Fight it. Yeah, man. Good to see, bro.
This is Surah 3:28. In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plant of wickedness have taken root in him.
The plant of wickedness have taken root in him.
The heart of the prudent will understand the parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
Yeah, so it says the understanding of the prudent will be aware of parables, right?
Yes. And an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
Right, an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man. So a wise man is interested in listening rather
Right. Yeah.
See, so because when you listen to something or somebody, what are you doing? You're humbling yourself.
Yeah.
That's the first step. You humble yourself, you shut your mouth, listen to what the guy is saying or whoever's teaching you, and then you absorb all of this information.
Yeah.
That's how you become great. It's by hearkening unto your master who you're learning from. Go on, brother.
Yeah, because it says that I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent.
Yep.
It's not wise in the spiritual way, these people. He's hid them from them, the so-called intellectuals of this day. Not talking about the spiritual. So it's the Most High hid the truth from them. Because they rely on their intellectuality, you know, that kind of college mentality. But he's revealed it to babes for those, as you always say, willing to learn, willing to listen and learn. Put these things into practice. We're just
what you call like you said, we're communists, man. Like we're not coming from a good class of Alka people. Like these Edomites, we're not like these people. So the Lord is using those that are of nothing to confound the wise as well. But first we had to learn. We had to learn this information. So when you look at us, the guys that are considered nobodies in this world today, as the Israelites would be in the last days, right? The Lord would give us this information and we would change the world. And that's what's happening. The world is changing because of this gospel coming from those that are beneath in this society, but possessing many things concerning this gospel. Because it's going to take the gospel to change things around. It's all about prophecy. All right? Like you got people that have their thoughts and ideas and plans what they want to see in the future. But that's not happening because the Lord does not have that within his counsel. And I want you to get Proverbs 19 and 21. You see, so all of this protesting and trying to change things around and trying to get the government's attention, hoping that the government will change their ways, they're not going to change their ways. The government is going to roll in the spirit of the Heavenly Father in a negative sense and bring the system down. The end of this world. It's really at the end of this world anyway. Like you got Boris Johnson talking about how he's going to revive the city of London all over again during the 21st of June. But let's just say he do that. As the scripture says, there could become a great destruction in a couple of days after that, or a couple of hours. We don't know. But we're expecting the Lord to come back. We're expecting to be delivered. We're not expecting to be released from lockdown rules. Fuck that. We're looking to be released from this fucking world, man. You understand what I'm saying? Go on, brother. Let's read this.
This is Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 21. It says, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Yahawah is what shall stand.
Yeah, so all of that's written in this Bible that we're reading to you. This is what's going to change the world. The little that we have, well, it's not really little, it's actually a lot. There are a lot that we have, and the little that we have physically, the little that we have, which obviously, because we have very little, we're considered the poor. the Paul is actually changing the world with the thing that is actually making an impact on the world. This Bible. Okay? Go on, brother. And that's showing the Most High's power.
Yeah.
The Most High taking a bunch of nobodies and using them to show power of himself.
Yeah.
Go on.
This is Proverbs 22:9. Speak not in the ears of a fool.
And this is why they're now saying now, because there was a hearing that happened in the States, and one of the guys in the hearing was telling this other dude that was speaking, and he said, "What about the Hebrew Israelites?" So then the speaker was saying, because the topic of the discussion of the hearing was about doing it with domestic terrorism. So the Israelites came up in that hearing as well. All right. So this is the thing. So we've made an impact to the point where they're mentioning us, calling us potential extremists. But that's not the case, because all we do is teach the Bible and all of the above. But I understand why they say what they say, because they're about to forward the New World Order. And before that's the case, they need to get rid of those that run their mouth. That's upsetting their narrative, so that people can basically follow their narrative. And they can pretty much get people under this transhumanism bullshit, and they can control the mass of the people.
And they want the mass of the people to be directly against us too. That's the influence of the hatred. Even with this COVID thing, I noticed, and I was speaking to a guy, he's not in the truth, but he's on a certain level, you know, and he was saying that he noticed people walking from a distance, and they're walking, crossing over, and they come, or they might come close and put their mask on. They're making it obvious that they don't like us around.
Yeah.
Because really, they really know that we haven't got shit. But it's just their way of showing their frustration, and Esau has to show his hate.
Yeah.
Any excuse for him to show his hate. So it's the man and it's the woman. I've noticed they always do something now with this thing. It's just their way of showing their frustration. And they do know about this Israelite thing, but the only way they can really get back at us, because they have to get back, is by fucking acting like we got disease. They got some kind of disease or something. That's why when I was over there and I went like that, right? I was letting him know, fuck out, God, you know what I mean? Because that's what you really want to say. We got diseases, you know. But that's how they speak. They speak a lot of fucking wickedness in their body language, in their actions. They have to show hatred, man.
Yeah, they can't help themselves, and I mean they're in the right spirit anyway. They come on, man. Like, we really think they generally like so-called black people? Come on, man. They just dealing with us because, you know, for the time being, for whatever reason why they want to do this. But they don't generally like us. Just because they act like they like you, that don't mean they like you on a general level.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So this is the thing. Like, for example, you see a lot of Edomite women dealing with Jake. The reason why they're dealing with Jake, because it's the cool thing to do.
No.
She don't really like him anyway. Let's read on.
She'll go with a dog anyway, so she'll go with anything, you know. So of course she'll go with Jake.
Yeah, go on, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world.
That's the one right there.
To confound the wise.
Right, because according to the standard of the world, we're foolish because we didn't go to the schools that they got set up, like Oxford University, Cambridge University, all of these top schools, right? So if we didn't go to these schools, you're considered a commoner, someone that doesn't know shit, a fool basically.
Yeah.
And guess what? The fools are there to confound the wise of this world, and that's what we've done. And these so-called wise men are found liars now.
Right, that's right.
Because of what? The power of Yahawashi using the poor to confound those that are so-called wise with their bullshit lies. Go on, brother.
It says, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yes, like it says in the book of Isaiah, fear not, O Jacob, thou one, because the Lord took, the power from us. Pursuant to Deuteronomy 28, there will be no might found in our hand. So we're mightless right now. We're the vulnerable. But the Lord is using the weak to what?
Confound the mighty.
To confound the mighty. Go on, brother.
Verse 28, he says, and he has chosen the base things of the world, and things which are despised, hath the Most High chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. Right,
to bring to naught things that are. And that's what we're doing with this work. As time goes on, and if you notice, brothers, right, time is moving fast.
Yeah, fuck you know.
Time, I mean, sometimes it's scary, man. Like sometimes you can be sleeping and you get up, And it's like you sleeping for like 3 hours in the sun. That's what it's like. You see the blue sky, you're like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, I remember one time, man, I didn't even know that it was cap tomorrow.
Fuck it.
That's how time is flying, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget, oh shit, I got cap to do tomorrow. You thinking it's Thursday, but it's actually Friday. You know? Go on, brother. Going on Saturday. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Thursday going on Saturday, innit? Yeah.
It says, that's the end of that pretty much. It says, and he's chosen the base things of the world, and the things which are despised, which is us, have the Most High chosen to bring to things which are, and he has chosen the things which are not, to bring to naught the things which are.
Yeah.
That no flesh should glory.
And it's quite obvious. It's quite obvious that we are despised in this society.
Yeah, we're hated.
But the Lord is gathering His nation, His people that He have chosen, that would be despised in this world, right? As it says I believe it's in Isaiah as well. Gather ye nations that are undesired.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now. The gathering is here.
Yeah.
And it happened all through the world. It only took the apostles to make these videos from part 1 to part 25. And it just blew everything out of proportion, man. Brothers got the awakening, and now look at us. You got brothers in Holland doing it. You know, shalom to them brothers in Holland. You got brothers in Germany doing it. You got brothers in Africa doing it now. You got brothers in South Central America doing it, and all around the planet, because it only took a few men to get this word out. Now look what happened. And as the scripture says in Matthew 24, it says, when this gospel of this kingdom is taught throughout the whole world, then shall the end be. And we're in the end of the world. People think that the world is going to come back to normal. The world ain't coming back to normal. The country's fucking bankrupt. Let's read this.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, gather ye together, O nation not desired. And the children of Israel, the so-called Black Lives
Matter, beautiful precept,
are the undesired today. And that's really because we disobeyed the laws of God. But the Lord is going to bring us back to rule the world anyway. That was God's intention. So this is why there's a revival. And this is why we are here, standing before the world, telling the world that we're Israelites. Okay? And it just also means that the Lord is going to come back. This means that there's going to come a time where the Lord is going to return and save His people and bring them up to have them to rule over the world. So you got something, right?
Yeah, I got something. This is Isaiah 55 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Yeah.
Neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi.
God, exactly, man. Exactly. So the Lord ways is of a different level. Look at the sky and look past the sky. Like, come on, man. The Most High made all of that stuff. The magnitude of His creation shows you the kind of power we're dealing with in the way that He thinks. So His thought process is a totally different realm. So we may go through things that we don't understand. We may see things about ourselves that we don't like, that we hate in some cases. Like my situation.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's a reason for everything. There's a reason why the Lord is doing what He was doing. But just because I don't see it, it doesn't mean that basically, you know, I'm supposed to act silly. Now sometimes you do get mad at the Most High in some cases. You know, but it's for you to go through it, because eventually you don't know what's right around the corner. Go on, brother.
Yeah, because Mike Tyson in the 80s and 90s, when he was getting a lot of interviews, he was saying, he was being rude, saying, you know, I'm giving you what you want me to give you. You don't look at me, you don't got respect for me. I'm giving you what you think I am, like that gangster kind of thing. Because I'm answering you. He said, I want to rape you. He said, all you women, I want to lie down with you. Because he said, wait, he said, because that's what you want me to say. Ain't it what you want me to say? So he was under the vibration of hating himself. Because if you've got a weak mind, that's the way it will do to you. That hatred, self-hatred, what they put out there, you will start to feel it, and you will start to give them what they want and become a gangster. That's why I knew a lot of people who's into all that crime and thing, because they gave into the vibration. That's why people become, get into all that badness. Because it's a self-hate thing. It's everywhere, man. But like you say, the Most High, he said, gather, the precept what he brought out, man. Yeah, man.
Gather yourself together, O ye nation not desired.
Yeah, that's right. Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Yeah, so this is the thing. This is what's going on right now. We all been gathered together. You have brothers even in the States is pushing it. Brothers in Texas is doing a damn good job. You know, constantly pushing. Brothers all over the place, constantly pushing the word. You know? And that's what we've been gathered together by, the word. As I've explained earlier. So, yeah, I want you to go back and read Jeremiah 25. Go
23.
Back. The 23. I keep saying 25. 23. Yeah, Jeremiah 23. And read verse 4 now. Yeah, I like this time of season because it doesn't get dark so soon.
Yeah, calm.
We can
Around
prolong.
6 o'clock, around 6:15 it gets dark.
Calm.
I mean, that's still quite early, but you know.
You want to start with Jeremiah 23?
Yeah, read verse 4.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 4.
Yeah.
And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fare no more.
Yeah, and we are those shepherds. That's who we are. We are those shepherds. You have many different prophets all around the planet. Like I said, you have brothers in America, you have brothers in Holland, brothers in Germany, and we're down here. You have 2 camps down here in the UK that's doing it. And what are we? We're shepherds of leading those that are following this ministry. Because not everybody's going to be a prophet. Not everybody's going to be a spokesman for the Most High. You're going to have brothers that may not have the ability to do what we're doing, but they believe in the spirit of Yahawashi by following those that are administering the gospel. So we're shepherds over them. And this is why, as I was talking about earlier before, that when you come out here and you teach this Bible, you got to make sure that you know this Bible very well, so that you don't deceive your flock. Go on, brother, let's read this.
And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fare no more.
Right, and they shall fear no more. They're not going to have anything to be afraid about. Because once you know this truth, because see, what we know is like, it's of a different realm. People won't even, the average person won't even understand it. Like, we know, this information led us to know the end of this world. All right, you very well know about the past, the history side of things, and then you know it's the fourth to come in the future. So with that being the case, now you've become a different person. You become disassociated from these people. You understand? Because people, I mean, you only do what you know what's in your mind. Go on, brother, let's read this.
This is 2 Timothy 2 verse 15. Study to shew thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Right, rightly dividing the word of truth. So when you study this truth in the sincerity of your hearts, the Spirit of the Lord will be upon you. But going back to what I was saying, once you know this truth, you know the end of the world, and you know every single thing as to why the world is the way it is. I'm going to just break it down like this. I'm going to make a broad statement. You basically know what life is all about without you having to even grow up, you know, to be at the age of 60 or 70 years old. You already know what life is all about. If you come in the truth and you study the truth, listen, you came in at the age of 17 and you spent 5 years in the truth, now you're 22. You know what life is all about before you've even reached the old age.
Yeah.
All right, because this is the top knowledge that trumps every kind of knowledge. So once you know this, you know it all.
Yeah.
So then you find yourself basically by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because basically people can't get with this. People can't get with a person that's too knowledgeable or too smart.
Yeah.
You know, only thing that people know is basically clubbing and bullshit.
Yep.
That's what people know, man. That's why people want to, people actually seek that one day will come that the lockdowns will be over so that people can get back to partying and bullshit. Thinking that that's gonna do with the issues of life. That's not gonna do with the issues of life. As a matter of fact, the world is already messed up before the lockdowns even came. The economy was already jacked up. But things are just gonna get more worse and worse because the Lord is bringing in a new world. That's what we're looking forward to. We're not looking forward to an unlockdown. We don't care about the lockdowns right now. As a matter of fact, I actually like it, to be honest with you. It's more peaceful. You ain't got people getting on your damn nerves. Like, it's okay with me. I'm good with it. Hey, we live a very simple life. We don't really go out there anyway. So this lockdown ain't really it hasn't affected me personally.
Yeah.
Go on, brother. Let's read this.
And I will set up shepherds over them, we shall feed them, and they shall fear no more.
Right, and they shall fear no more. We don't have no fear in our heart. We come out here with the boldness because we're not afraid of anything. We're not afraid of, oh, maybe who we were taught by was kind of wrong. No. Now, these individuals that are outside of GMS, that are following false camps, that's for them to worry about. But even during the time of Jacob's trouble, we're not going to be wondering, oh man, I wonder if the chip is something else. Oh, I wonder if this or that is going to happen. No. We're going to be ready, set in our mind. Okay? But these other guys are going to be wondering in their mind if their camp leader was right or was in the wrong. Go on, brother. Because they didn't have it correct the first time.
And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed.
Yep.
Neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord Yahawashi.
Neither shall they be lacking anymore. Why is that? Because the Apostle Paul said, which is in the book of Corinthians, if you can, brother, you can get me, because I got these precepts lined up, you see, and I want to make sure that I cover all of these scriptures that I got lined up.
To hold on to this still.
Yeah, hold on to that still, Con. Yeah. 2 Corinthians 6 and 10.
Alright, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 10. As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing.
Yeah.
As poor, yet making many rich.
Yeah, as poor making many rich. Rich because we're rich in what? We're rich in knowing this understanding. And we're rich because we know what we're going to get on the other side. We're not going to always be poor and out and begging and shit like that. Looking for a job. That's not always going to be our state. There's going to come a time where the Lord is going to set the Israelites up to rule the earth. And we're going to get into that later on. To the point where all of these nations, they're going to flock to us. They're going to give us their resources and we're going to rule over them. We're going to be telling them what to do. We're going to be letting them know that there's jobs available rather than we going to seek for jobs that are available. All right? We're going to be the ones running things, owning corporations that we set up. That's why we want to get out of here, so we can rule. Go on, brother. Let's read this. Because you either one or the other. You're either a damn slave or you're running shit. It's either one of the two. I want to be the ruler. Go on, brother.
That's right. 2 Corinthians 6 and 10. As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing.
Right.
As poor, yet making many rich.
You're going.
As having nothing, and yet possessing all things.
Yes. So again, going back to what you just read. Let's read that again now.
This is Jeremiah 23 and 4. I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them.
Right.
And they shall fear no more.
And they shall feed them. Feed them with what? Feed them with this wisdom and this understanding. And having them to drink this water. All right, go on, brother.
Nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord Yahawashi.
Come. Neither shall they be lacking anymore, saith Yahawashi. So we're not going to be lacking of not knowing what is. The Lord have given us an unction, an anointing that we know of all things. So we know all things. What is it? We're made free. So now we can easily feel free in separating ourselves from this world. And we can say within ourselves, damn it, man, these people don't know nothing. We thought that these people knew something. We thought that these people had some sort of significance to follow.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't know shit. All right? And they don't want to know nothing because it's going to be upsetting to their reality. And that's the bottom line. You know what I mean? That's why people want to go out and party all over again, because they really want to get away from the harshness of reality.
That's right.
And have hope and believing that maybe one day the world can get back on its feet when the world is already done. They don't even know that the world is done. They don't even know that the country's bankrupt. Come on, I mean, if you lock down a city for months and months on the edge,
That's part of it.
come on, man, you're gonna destroy the economy. The economy's finished.
Yeah.
And then when people want to get back to work, they're not gonna feel need to get back to work anymore. I was sitting on my ass all day getting money, so why would I want to go back to work? Come on, man, stop it, bro. Go on, bro. Let's read this.
Back in 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 10 onto 11.
And then it's gonna get to the point where your ass gonna have to take that vaccination before you can even go to work. All right? There's an article saying, what is it? No jab, no job.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to take the jab.
It's lucky, if I might say, I've
Go
got a
on,
video
bro.
this week actually. In Israel, I think in a month's time they're going to make it so you can't even enter shops anymore without having proof that you've had your 2 vaccinations.
See?
And that's in Israel, so how long is that before it's going to come in
Exactly.
here?
So if it's happening in Israel, and Israel's like the head country above all countries. So if they're actually performing at, then you better believe it's coming down here in the UK, it's coming down in Germany, it's coming down in the States. All right?
Ready.
Go on, brother.
Back in 2 Corinthians 6 and 10 going on to 11. O ye Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you, our heart is enlarged.
Come on.
Ye are not straitened in us, but ye are straitened in your own bowels.
Right.
Now for a recompense in the same I speak unto my children, be ye also enlarged. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Right. Be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. So you're not supposed to be in league with this world. You're supposed to separate from this world. Now, if you're still in league with the people of this world, that means the spirit haven't really tapped into you, because you still want to follow what these people are doing. All right? Because when I came into the truth, man, I was like, you know what, the hell with these people. I got to work on myself. I got to build on myself now. You know what I mean? And take this thing seriously. Now, there's going to come a time where you may have friends and you may deal with them from time to time, but the wiser you get in this truth, gradually you begin to be separate from them. And the reason why you become separate from them, because now you've become a holy man, gradually. That's why that happens. Go on, brother, because these people are unholy.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 2 verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
Right.
And what communion hath light with darkness?
Right, and what communion have light with darkness? It's two separate things. Light and darkness is two different things. So I mean, how you going to follow somebody that's eating a pork sandwich all of his life and wants to continue to do so, and meanwhile you want to eat what's lawful in the Bible? All right? Here it is, you want to teach the word of the Lord, and he wants to go out and commit adultery. You can't get together with a person like that. The only person you can get together with is someone is like yourself. Go on.
I just said something.
Yeah.
That's the true point, because something you find when you're in this truth is that when you speak to people in the world, you find yourself having to dumb yourself down just to engage with them, and you can't really be yourself, because you can't get deep about anything.
No,
You've got to be very carnal and superficial. So therefore, it's like trying to have a conversation about Shakespeare to a newborn baby. You can't. They're not going to get it. They're just, they're just not on that level.
Yeah.
Back in 2 Corinthians 2 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship of righteousness with unrighteousness?
And you know it's we're equivalent to the elite on the left-hand side, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. You think they just go about talking to regular people, making friends with regular people? No, they don't. So why should we do that? And we're better than them.
Can I just say, for brothers who get women, because nothing wrong if you've got a woman and you want to keep if you want to keep a relationship, keep it. Some people have a tend to get what's the word, man? A bit too overbearing with women. You can't be the women nowadays. All they want to do, it's all about having fun. It's all out, keep it. If you want to keep a relationship, with Madonna said, it's about having fun, isn't it? So that's the biggest. That's the spirit they're on. So if you want to get the panani, that's what I'm saying. If you want to have a regular panani relationship, you got to dumb it down.
It's like it was Cyndi Lauper. Girls just want to have fun.
Yeah, that's
Cyndi
it.
Lauper.
Yeah. So some brothers, maybe they know, maybe they don't know. But if you want to keep a steady, I'm sure the apostles know, because they always say it anyway. To keep a steady relationship, you can't. You got to be lower than them, because even the apostles. Gabar says what he says about the nigger woman. She thinks she's more intelligent than you, right? But if you want to keep the punani, and you're not selling that, and you're not compromising, don't compromise. But if you want to keep the relationship, you got to do that. You got to be willing to do that. I don't give a shit about pussy nowadays, me personally. But some men maybe they do. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Say this as well. As a time, and like I was telling this brother, there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
Let her take the picture. Don't really matter, right? I couldn't be bothered anymore.